found this easy truffle recipe that my daughter loves. While I was making it the other day, I realized that it's so similar to constructing an investment portfolio, and I just had to share this thought. Once you have all your ingredients for the truffles, the first thing you need before you can start with a recipe is a bowl to mix it all in. It's the same with investments. Before you can construct it, you need a bowl, an investment platform. And you can't just use any bowl. You need to make sure it suits the recipe, is big enough, for instance. When you choose an investment platform, you will look at things like administration, service, fees, transparency, flexibility, and fund choices to choose the right bowl. Next, you will need to start with a recipe and follow it step by step. Every individual's investment recipe will be different, but the basic ingredients are the same. It's just the quantities that will differ. The basic ingredients of an investment recipe are cash, bonds, property, shares, and offshore assets, and or a combination of the above. They're called multi-asset funds. Cash is like the butter in a recipe. It makes your mixture smooth. Cash provides a more stable return, and it helps you to make your investment platform more even in the short term. You earn interest on your capital, and that is how you grow your money. The biggest risk is inflation. Okay, redo. Cash is like the butter in a recipe. It makes your mixture smooth. Cash provides a more stable return, and it helps to make your investment perform more even in the short term. You earn interest on your capital, and that is how your money grows. The biggest risk is inflation. You shouldn't add too much butter in your mixture, otherwise it will be too smooth to beat inflation. Property is like the icing sugar and cocoa in a recipe. It's the something nice you add for more flavor. Without it, it would be too boring. You need it for diversification, and property offers you something cash cannot, capital growth, as the property value itself increases. This is over and above the rental income, which also increases, just like the icing sugar and cocoa increases your hip size. Bonds are like the apricot jam. It also contributes to the smoothness of the mixture, and it adds a little extra flavor. It is like cash, but due to the fixed interest rates and duration, the returns will taste a bit better than cash in the short term. There are more risks, but it is limited if you limit the default risk and duration of the bond. Offshore assets are like your vanilla essence. On its own, it tastes horrible, especially when the rand strengthens. But if you add it to the rest of the ingredients, it enhances the recipe. Almost all cake recipes have vanilla in it, so should your investment recipe. Shares are like the biscuits. It's your growth instrument. It's rough and coarse, and the more you add, the coarser your mixture will become. But without it, you'll actually just have a bowl full of sauce. And you have to crush the biscuits so you can spread them through the mixture. Just like you need a variety of shares in your investments to ensure you don't get a large chunk of biscuits stuck in your palate when you bite the truffle. The coconut is like the other extra thing you can add. It is optional, like direct shares, direct property, ETFs, etc. The quantities that you add of all these ingredients will determine if your recipe is successful. By replacing some of the ingredients or adapting the quantities, you'll have a completely different outcome. Everybody's investment truffle will taste different, depending on when you start, what your goal is, and what your investment term is. The more time you have, the more truffles you can make. The less time you have, the less truffles you can make. But you always need time to invest. Because remember, you still need to roll those truffle balls and put them in the fridge to set.
One